Music cued. Check. Presenters ready. Well, 2 out of 3's not bad. This is TigerTails Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another delightful, delectable, and otherwise entertaining episode of TigerTails Radio. It is me, TK, and I am here with a whole posse of people this week. It's interesting. We'll see if the laptop survives. But this is TigerTails Radio, Season 15, Episode 9. And joining me, we have Ash Halston.
Hello.
Hello. There is also Xavier.
Hello.
Hello. There is Hedgie.
Good.
And again, because you might cut out, or you cut out one of the two.
Good evening, everybody.
And now could you say it like you're not in a school assembly?
Good evening, everybody.
There we go. And we also have another special guest. We've been collecting them. And this week, we have Comus.
Hey, hello, everybody. How you doing?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to the madhouse.
Thank you. I feel right at home.
Yeah, especially with Hedgie. So, it's traditional that we spend the first little bit of the show talking about our weeks. So, who wants to go first?
I do, because I've got nothing. Moving on.
I was going to say, if you've got your week, I'm going to play a quick jingle, then we'll quickly dive into our weeks, and then do the thing.
This is TigerTails Radio. And now let's catch up with the cast. This is Review of the Week.
Justin, you say you've got nothing.
Yeah, I've taken my Christmas decorations down. They're back in the loft. Gave my garden a tidy. Been catching up a few jobs, writing a few things to do. Been practicing that shaving thing I was talking about last week. And that's basically it. That's my week. Yay.
Whereas I have not been practicing that shaving thing that you've been talking about. Mr. Hedgie, how's your week been?
My week's been pretty good. Again, working at the escape room that I do, getting a lot of good reviews from people.
Nice.
Recording the audiobook I'm still doing. But as we're approaching sort of midwinter here in the UK, my room is getting very cold. So I'm having to wait until it gets sort of in the middle of the day where there's just enough heat for me to work on. And then I'm just here in my little apartment doing what I do. So, yeah, trying out some more recipes and things and going, what can I use up in my fridge? Because I haven't bought anything. So, yeah.
You should put another shilling in the heater, right in the coin slot up there. They still have those, right?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Really? Okay.
Maybe not shillings, but yeah, 50p in the meter.
Yeah. If you go to a really budget hotel, they'll be in there.
Oh, Lord. I said shilling on purpose. I know you don't have them anymore. I was just shilling for it, that's all.
And Mr. Xavier, how's your week been?
Yes, not been too bad because last week was short week because New Year's Day.
Yep.
4-day working week, which is always a case of right, head down, clear everything because somehow one missed day equates to an extra week's worth of work in 1 week. I've still yet to fathom that one out. Started streaming for TigerTails Gaming. First stream of the year. It broke.
I didn't see that. I saw
No,
the
you
VOD was
didn't see that.
available, but I haven't seen the broken VOD yet.
Wednesday, it was a case of I'll try and do something. I've got some mods. It'll be awesome. It broke, and I established that the mods that I was installing, one of them, caused the game to crash. So I ended up playing Rise and flailing. So first stream breaks, fine. Saturday I did another one. My intention is to try and be regular and alternate games and things. So
I saw the Saturday
we'll
stream.
see. I think. Yes, I saw your many comments. It was good to see you chatting. The weekend was kind of like a semi-chill, semi-see people online because there was like bits and pieces for role playing over the weekend. Did my usual. I have a character who breaks the game, and Robin got very angry about that. And I was like,
nice.
At least it's not a tower where we're defenestrating people through a window. It's fine.
Love that word.
Wow! Pull back to over a decade ago.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much a case of, is there a window? Yes, we go through it. What do you mean we go through it? Watch.
Exactly what I say.
Yeah.
Don't give me the power of defenestration if you're not going to let me use it. And if you're going to set your entire adventure in a forest where there are no windows, you cannot expect me to resist using the one window in the tower miles and miles away at the end of the adventure. I will use it.
Yeah, TK abused his power. So it's been pretty chill. First week of the year has not been too bad. I'm like getting the exercise bike out because I need to like get that back into like for my resolutions. Outside of that, just catching up with trying to keep on top of like the things, TV shows and everything else. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this Monday was a case of normal workish week. People are now back to work, kind of, or at least it feels like that. But this is the last week of working at home because we're back in the office for the hybrid from Monday.
Nice.
Because we've eventually moved. So I won't be seeing it because I'm on holiday next week. But the week after that, I will be seeing what the new office looks like. And conveniently, I am now working Mondays and Fridays.
Oh,
in the office.
And home all the other days.
At home all the other days. So I am literally rushing back from work on Monday,
to come and
stuffing
do the
my
show.
face, doing the show. So it's almost as if I'd never left the original house where I literally was doing that.
Nice.
It's just I'm not coming down a hill with Chinese and beers. Bullshit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been a quiet start to the week, but I'm expecting things to like pick up and have like a bit more consistency is the word. So we'll see. So yeah, move on to the next one.
And finally, Comus, how has your forever been?
I'm fine. I have a good first week of the year. Last Tuesday, I got back from visiting Walrus Royce, and we watched fireworks over Potomac, and just basically had a splendid time together. And then this past week, I've been working on a script for Sibylline Sounds. I'm doing a script with Mr. Airwick, my skunk character. That seems to be very popular, and we'll turn it into some sort of little mini audio play. So I'm looking forward to hearing that. I guess a couple of weeks down the road or such. And Saturday, I had some fur friends over for the evening, and it's always nice having fellow, maniacs here visiting.
That is very
true. I've got a whole bunch. I'm looking at the screen right now, actually.
Don't threaten that. We will come over there. Come over there.
I'm expecting you guys. I have room for several guests. I have a sofa bed and a guest bed over there, and people can sleep on the floor if that, whatever. But this is like a furry guest house here in New York City. I should have like a little thing for people to sign in when they visit.
Oh, perfect.
Right, so
another excuse to visit New York City, so I can actually do some proper things this time instead of just wasting the week that I did there.
Yeah, in the
I won't ask what those improper things were. Maybe I will. What were those improper things?
Oh, it was literally me walking through Central Park and then going, I'll see what Trump Tower is. And then I ended up spending the entire week there because I got chatting to the barman. So
Chatting up the barman.
Drinking.
I was chatting up the barman. That was
His
chatting to
improper
the
thing
barman.
was drinking, basically.
Yeah,
Wait,
he was
what's
from.
this
He was,
barman?
sorry,
What's a bob? Is a British slang or something? I never heard that one.
a barman. Basically,
Bartender?
bartender. There we go.
Yeah.
Bartender.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. A bobbin
Yeah.
and sewing machine, I think, is where they keep the thread on. So that's what I. Oh, you're doing sewing, working on your fursuit, I guess, right?
That's not Hedgie. When is Hedgie Revision 3 coming along?
Oh God, It took me. Let's see. It took me 13 years to build the second one, so I don't even know what I'm going to do. If I've, I think I'm too old now. I'm too old. So yeah, it's like conventions now are you have to put in a lottery to see if you can get a hotel room.
Oh, that's
So
pretty
there's
standard.
that.
Yeah.
And now it's got to the point where, because there's so many people, there's so many events, it's just like you don't spend any time talking to people. You just spend time at events. It's sort of, it's not really that thing now. And because I constantly want to sort of be at events, but also be with people, it's like I get worn out doing everything.
Oh,
so,
I know exactly how you feel. Yeah. I used to have this dream all the time that it was Sunday afternoon. I've been running around doing errands, and Sunday afternoon, like 4 o'clock. Oh no, I've missed the whole convention because I was distracted running errands. I used to have that dream very regularly. Thank God I haven't had it that long time.
Oh, I think the one dream I always had was obviously missing the flight, like getting up and going, it's 12 o'clock in the morning. The flight was at 10 o'clock. What's happened? And then waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and going, oh, okay, I won't go back to bed. I'll just stay awake until 10 a.m.
I once missed a flight because I was too busy looking at my laptop and reading emails and stuff. And they kept paging someone. I really wasn't. Oh, they were paging me, and I get to the. It's taxing away, you know. And maybe I could make a jump for the door, you know. But I had to wait the next morning, take the next flight.
I nearly missed a connection while I was going from the United Kingdom to Japan, and because I booked a really cheap flight, I went via Moscow. So I had landed in Russia and then had to go through a tiny checkpoint. Because there were so many people and it was going to take longer than 20 minutes to get through, I was like, I'm never going to get through in time. So I just went to one of these staff and went, I've got a connection in 20 minutes, I've got to get through. And this big burly Russian security guard just grabbed my arm, pushed everybody aside and just shoved me through. And it was like, oh my God.
Oh, something to be said for communism. No, that's a couple of decades late on that one. Okay, something to be said for big burly guards.
Please move aside. Important person coming through. Here, go.
Oh, and there's also Hedge.
Yeah. Hello.
When were you in Japan? I was in Japan end of October, early November. Most fantastic vacation I ever had. It was just being on another planet. You know, it's just amazing.
Yes, I was there from August to September 2019 because I got a 6-week internship there.
Cool. Doing what?
I was working for a non-profit theatre group as an actor, singer, and sound engineer. So I got to have sort of 3 responsibilities, but
at the same time.
Yes, at the same time. So yeah, it was probably the hardest I've actually worked, properly.
Ever.
So ever, yes. Instead of just one responsibility, I had 3. So, but it was absolutely amazing. And Japan is just one of those places that you can't really describe to someone. You have to literally sort of go there to experience things.
Mm-hmm.
For example, you'll sort of say, well, what does it look like there? It's like the streets. There's no litter on the streets. They just sort of, it's it's drilled into you. You will put your litter in the bin. If you cannot find a bin, you will hold on to it. You will not drop it on the ground. So,
And that's how it should be. God damn it.
Yes.
But then, of course, there's the other side of Japan where it's sort of, as soon as you're 18, you start going for a job. You have that job. You do that job to the best of your ability, even if that means you stay in the office until midnight. So there's that sort of double-edged sword of it's a beautiful place to go, but to live there and work as a salary man is kind of like your life is just your job. You don't really have a social life. So, and then you get the people that I can't remember the actual term, but they're people that just withdraw from society and just stay inside and go, I can't deal with this anymore, and they just close themselves off. And so,
Yeah, I think they're called men.
My partner Royce is like that. He can work a couple of days remote, so he's sitting, in his bedroom with the laptop on his lap playing games until they shoot some work for him to do. Nice work if you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do like working from home. The commute is my favourite bit of the working from home.
You mean going from your bedroom to your desk?
Yes. Which in the old place was much better because the bedroom was the bed, and then I rolled out of bed into the chair. I swiveled the chair 180 degrees and went to the desk. It was amazing.
Wow. Very convenient, yeah.
I miss my old desk.
I have the same relationship to my bathroom because it's literally alongside the bed through a little narrow door, and I can get up middle of the night and just there's even a pole I can sort of swing myself around and stand there still sort of asleep and then swing back the other way out for another couple hours.
Oh yes, that's the thing about living solo. It's like having your own personal bathroom. It's like this is mine forever. Nobody can ever touch this.
I decorate it my own special way. Little furry decoration. This whole apartment is decorated like furry or anthro or just animal pictures. You live by yourself and you can totally indulge in your perspective of how your place, how you want your place to be.
Mm-hmm. It's like playing House Flipper.
So Dijiri says, how many times have you been to Japan and how many days were you there? I went there.
Yeah.
I went there only once, and it was 6 weeks. So that would be, let's see, 42 days. So it doesn't sound that long, but when the sort of a holiday is about 2 weeks, then 6 weeks in another country is quite a long time. So yeah, but yes, I would recommend to anyone, if you ever get a chance to go to Japan, do go there. It is an absolutely incredible country. However, please be aware that nobody will correct your grammar if you say something wrong. So, for example, when I was there, I was going, yes, I'm going to take a trip to Akihabara and look at all
God.
The and of course, didn't realize until later it's pronounced Akihabara. Nobody told me.
Oh, that was amazing. That was one of the places we hit. That was like, it's on my holiday card, which I haven't set out yet. But Akihabara said it's like Times Square on anime acid.
Oh yes. Oh
boy, the billboards and stuff. Yeah, I wish I could pull a picture up. I'm afraid if I try and do that, I'll totally lose the connection. So you have to take my word for it. That it's my holiday card.
I'm sure Xavier can put a picture in the Discord chat.
Yeah.
No, I'm always afraid to do that. I'll never find my way back,
Yeah, we have a few rooms to play in here. It's nicely segmented. Right, I can see a couple of items on the table behind you.
Oh, really? Oh, I forgot to clean up the place. Oh my gosh, what do you know? My 2 books just happened to be over there. How about that?
How did they get there?
Oh, I have no idea. They may have just teleported themselves. So, yeah, those are my 2 books. Let's talk about something else. No, seriously. Here we are. There's 2 books about furry history, furry culture, and the presence of anthropomorphism in mainstream entertainment, mainstream culture, etc. Because my big thesis, what it's a fact, people have always been interested in anthropomorphism from the beginning of the human race when we realized, hey, those animals there, they're kind of, we want them to be sort of, if I could talk to the animals, and we're not so. We've always sort of invested animals with human qualities, anthropomorphized them. And you go through all these quote unquote primitive indigenous cultures, and they have beliefs, rituals where someone will dress as an animal to take part in this ritual that like really defines their society. And I think that's hardwired into people's brains. I'm going to go on for a bit now, so tell me when you want me
Go
to
ahead.
stop. Yeah, okay. And it's kind of the religious or the emotional or the psychic connections have really faded out in modern times, but we still have that connection, which is why you have cartoon characters, cartoon animals, you have product mascots, sports mascots, and that's sort of the general level of it that answers most people's need for an anthropomorphic connection, excuse me. But we furs feel it intimately. We feel it inside ourselves. It's more than, oh, look, I got a little thing here of SpongeBob or something. And it's a connection we have internally that we identify with animals. We can see them as ourselves. And to me, this is like something modern that's always been part of the human race, but has been sort of sublimated until recent decades when people finally discovered, oh, I'm not the only person who likes to dress up as a cat when no one's around, to quote We Bear Bears. And all of a sudden, you've got furry conventions with 13,000 people attending from all over the world. And I'm just so freaking happy that it has come to this. Let me ask, how many people were into anthro kind of stuff before you learned there was such a thing as furry fandom? Because that definitely...
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You see that?
All through
Hardwired.
our hands, yeah. Well, I mean, pretty much if you look at the history of kids' cartoons, most of them are going to sort of, even the silent ones started with animals because you just put I mean, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was one of the first ones, of course. So then there was Felix the Cat as well. And
He's
Tom
much
and Jerry,
earlier,
of
yeah.
course. Yeah, so all of those were just sort of, because it's, I think apparently it's, from what I've read in the way that people describe it, it's more acceptable to smash a cat over the head with a mallet than it is a person. So yeah.
Well,
As long as it's
they're all
cartoon
made
cats.
of rubber, so they can they bounce back. They heal very quickly.
Yes. But then of course it started to get to Zootopia, and people went, "Okay, it's getting a bit too sexy. Can you tone it down?"
Whereas a furry would say, "Oh, tone it up."
I mean, I think it's even when you get to polytheism in things like the ancient Egyptians, when all their gods were based around animals. I don't think any of their gods had human heads. They were all sort of animal or bird heads or anything. So
yeah,
I mean, as you said, you can go back so far and just find it everywhere. So, I mean, I think in ancient Egypt, cats were sort of worshipped higher than humans were. But then even that now is, oh, I've come back home. Sorry, dear, I've got to feed Charlie. He's looking at me. So.
Oh yeah, I've got some company here. She's sort of the queen of the household, and I'm just her servant. Somebody once said, a dog is fed, he's washed, he's pampered and everything. So he thought, oh, the people, they must be gods because they take care of me. A cat has the same situation, and cat thinks I must be God because they serve me. So that's your basic difference between cats and dogs.
Pretty much, yeah. It's always the way. But they'll always both come to you when they want something. It's just the dog will go, if it's not too much trouble, could I have this? The cat will go, excuse me, but
oh yeah,
I believe you've forgotten this.
Yeah, she just stares up at me while I'm preparing food. And I look down at her and oh, I can't. You're so cute. I can't resist. Here, have my dinner. I'm not really hungry.
Oh yeah, but again, there's always that sort of thing. Like dogs are always shown as the sort of lovable idiot, and the cat's always the intelligent one that basically controls over everything. I think it's just kind of that sort of thing. It's like sort of with cartoons like Heathcliff, because Heathcliff as a cat has the ability to do all those sort of crazy things. The dog would always do it in a sort of a stupid way. Whereas the dog can't be seen as the intelligent one. The cat's the intelligent, cunning one. So yeah. Well, unless you've got groups of cats, like in the junkyard cats, where you've got Mongo, who's the big sort of doofus, but there's no dogs in that. So yeah.
That's a different bunch of junkyard cats. There's cartoon show, Cadillac Cats, with a bunch living in a junkyard and like a burnt out Cadillac. And the main guy, he looks like a pimp. I don't know their names, but he definitely looks like someone who's in that profession. And there was one cat named Cleo who she wore leg warmers, and I really kind of liked her. Cleo is really a favorite of mine. And
TK, can you shift the focus because Comus is speaking and you've still got it on me.
oh, here I am. Yeah.
Sorry. So doing technical things.
Yeah, looking at the naughty stuff on the other screen there, I know. But no, that was a fun show. I like to watch this. There is so much animation, but we all know that. And we're starting to see little kind of hints of furry being referenced in those things. So it's very nice. In the first book, it seemed to be that people in the animation business, if they were furs, they sort of didn't talk about it. And that book's a few years old, and I need to do some more research because I have a feeling that the youngest people in the animation business are furs, and they're not bothering to keep quiet about it. And if that's the case, that's like another little cultural shift there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it's got to the point now where you don't need to sort of keep that kind of thing back anymore. It's sort of, it's coming to sort of in the 50s and 60s. If you were homosexual, you did not reveal that at all. You hid behind the mask of being sort of heterosexual. But of course, now that people are more accepting of the desire to have this sort of animalistic sort of tendency, you can sort of leave it out. You didn't have to sit in your room with DVDs of cartoons and watch them without anybody seeing them. People will go, "Why are you watching that? That's for children. Stop watching kids programs." It's like, you do realize these were all made by fully grown adults who came up with these ideas. These were not 5-year-old kids drawing this stuff and writing the script.
Young at heart.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's listen, I never went low profile. I've just been watching cartoons nonstop since I was a little kid, and now the animated features. And believe me, when you write 2 books with the word furry in the title, it's kind of hard, to pretend you're anything else, Plus, you guys talk among yourselves. I'll be right back.
Ooh.
Oh, hello. It's show and tell time.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, so TK, can you put it on?
I'm working on it.
Sorry. So
a technical thing.
We're hitting 100% of the CPU every now and again, so I'm trying to reduce that down a bit.
Yeah, so cartoons have always had that thing where anthropomorphism is the massive sort of thing in there. Some cartoons that have sort of people as the main focus have always sort of suffered in that. So, I suppose one would be Gem, but again, they anthropomorphized it with the robot that's in there. Whereas things like, and of course, Denver the Last Dinosaur had human characters, but of course, the main full focus character is the dinosaur. So it's always like that trade-off of what you have. Yeah.
But it wasn't just the cartoons, though, that furries influence in that, because in going through your books, you were also exploring literature, art, music as well, because there were some interesting things when we were going through them that you'd found about influential furries who'd gotten into music, influential furries who had gotten into actual fancy art. What's it? Crafting? No. Sculpture.
Words are hard.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've reached that point where my brain stops working. Yeah.
Yeah, and painting also. You guys are familiar with performance art? Someone will get... Yeah, okay. Yeah. And in the book, in the Furry Planet, I talked to several performance artists who perform, in better words, animal drag, animal costumes. And oh God, what makes me really upset is they're still saying, "Oh, you wear those suits and have sex in them." Come on. That's the first thing you've got a filthy mind, mister, if that's the first thing you think of, But that's my mission, is to let people know about how cool furry is, its background, its history, that this is, not anything that we can get lost in the sands of time. Because I'm such a gray muzzle, and I got invited basically into furry fandom in like 1988 when it was
Whoa.
just when it was just getting off the ground. So I know, I wasn't there. Like say I got in like around day 3. I wasn't there the day it was born, but getting in so early, I got to meet all the people who got it off the ground. The guys at the Prancing Skill Tear. What's his name? Albedo, the guy who did Albedo. Somebody remind me of his name. So, I was able to get their histories down and, really explain where it came from. So I'm very proud of that because, 20 years from now, people want to do their research about furry, my book will be there for them.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say,
You've made it when somebody cites it in a PhD thesis.
Have you, or is that yours, or you've seen that?
He wishes.
No, I haven't. My thesis was on comedy music, so yeah.
Sounds like Charleston was trying to say something before Hedge jumped in there.
My apologies.
Speak up, young man.
Well, yeah, you were talking about. I have a whole list of questions here about Furry Planet. I've been meaning to ask for about the past 30 minutes.
Go right ahead.
But one thing you were mentioning there was how you sort of almost got invited into furry fandom. And one thing from reading your book got here was that there was a whole chapter about My Little Pony. I've never watched it myself. I've never really seen the appeal of it, but reading your chapter, I thought to myself, I might like to actually give this a try. I haven't yet, but what is that? Because I was wondering, was your attempt with this book maybe to broaden the horizons of furries as well as broaden the horizons of people who aren't furries?
Well, I mean, I think everybody's got a little bit of furry in them, but like I say, we're the ones who have totally embraced it and let it sort of bloom from our personalities. So, yeah, that's your next question, or did I answer your first one? I'm not sure.
Well, that was more or less a question that somehow got made into a yes or no question. Any others here that I've sort of been itching to ask because I've got a list here.
Whilst you're searching, I think one I'd be interested to know, is it easier now to get in contact and speak with furries and members of the furry community in the non-traditional furry environment, so within their work environments, within places where they're not usually hanging out? Are you finding it easier to have these conversations, and are people being more forthcoming now?
You mean with other furs? I mean, a fur can talk to a fur endlessly about anthro stuff.
But if it's like you're coming up to them and going, I'm interested in, are you finding people are being more open now? Having expanded out, I would say, from our own little circles.
Well, I'm not sure whether you're talking about furs or the normies, to coin a phrase.
The furs.
Furs. Okay. Well, I mean, I can only speak for myself. I hang out with furs. We get together. They come and visit. My partner's a fur, obviously, and so I have no problem communicating with them. Not that I'm proselytizing, but I might see this hat I wear, with the bunny ears attached, and I always get a couple of people complimenting it when I go out, and I always say, yeah, they help me hear better. So, and then if they're really curious, I give them a little pitch about furry, and about its background and why people do this. And quite a few people are, well, that's interesting. Yeah. Then again, I have one friend who sort of changes the subject every time I mention the F word. So not everybody is ready to accept us with open arms.
It's the same with this lot and any kind of sports ball. So,
Boo.
there are relatable points.
Another thing I noticed from reading your book is that in the chapter about kink culture, because let's be honest with ourselves, I noticed that pretty much everyone you interviewed was a grey muzzle. So do you think that maybe grey muzzles are a bit more open to expressing their sexualities than the younger furs are, or is that mere coincidence?
I really couldn't say, I maybe because we're gray muzzles that we're past the point of, keeping it under our hats. What can I say? I have it on my hat. So what can I say? And, at this point, I said before, I've written 2 books. I walk around wearing this. I put on the bunny tail, but only when I'm with Royce. You know, he puts on his foxtail, and that way people even have more of an opportunity to ask us what we're up to. So that's kind of, putting it out there in the public. I wouldn't wear the bunny tail on my own, but when I'm with somebody else, okay, well, I'm not just the only maniac. Both of us are crazy here.
I mean, that reminds me of when I was in DC with not with you, but with Royce and my dear friend Shadi, who's no longer with us, bless him. But regardless, we were all just walking along the mall. We were wearing our tails, having a conversation, and this lady chased us. I was like, "I'm so sorry. I just need to talk to you because I've just seen your tails, and I think that's brilliant." Yeah, I get where you're coming from there. That when you're with a group of other people wearing like-minded attire, it grabs people's attention, and usually for the better.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say now, I had a link there I was going to go to, and it escaped me. So somebody else talk. Oh yeah. Now I remember. I have these. I organize these monthly meetups, second Saturday of the month, and I go to them wearing my bunny tail and my ears. And after it, another fur who was also, tailed up and eared, we went to this park, and this young fellow, look, I might have been a middle school student. He comes up and saying, "I don't want to insult you, but are you guys furries?" So, hey, we're walking around with these things hanging on our butts, So yeah, we're furries, We're a little too late to deny that one.
You didn't think of going, ew, furries, no, ew, or anything like that.
Oh, I get plenty of that too. Don't worry. But those are normies. They don't know what they're missing. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, have some company here just showed up.
Aww.
So say hello to the Brits, okay? This is Shadow, but I just call her Pussycat. Oh, hey, I can do the Blofeld thing. No, Mr. Bond. First, I have to dye her. Anybody have white paint or whatever?
Can you get Tipex over there?
Back on me. Here we go. No, she likes to jump up on me. She likes to lie on my tummy when I'm sleeping. I think it's more she needs the warmth and showing her love for me. But that's okay. I'll settle for that.
It's like you're not giving me 100% of your attention. How dare you?
No, she's down here. She's soaking up the stroking. Yeah.
So it's like you're her underfloor heating.
Exactly. I'm her servant. Yeah. Dogs have owners. Cats have servants.
That's the way it is. And what is the time? We are running late for some Jackbox. Would people like some Jackbox?
I think Charleston has some more questions because I've been yakking too long. So perhaps we can take a bit more time because we've got a special guest here. I think we can take a bit more time.
What I was going to say is that between the 2 Jackbox games, we'll have where we would normally have done and dusted. We can let Justin get through the rest of his questions.
All right. Ooh.
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Yeah, sounds reasonable. Because I can see that there is calls in the Discords. And so, as one does. So we should probably have a jingle, and then we should see if we can start oh, come on, PC or laptop, whatever you are. We can see if everything doesn't hit 100% CPU level. That would be even more fun, children. He says, quickly getting in the channel himself. There we go. Right, let's jingle things up. He says.
You're listening to TigerTails Radio, giving Cards Against Humanity a run for its money. It's time for Quiplash.
And with a bit of luck and following wind, we should have some Jackbox on the screen. With a room code.
Yeah, there we go.
UILF, yeah. So go to jackbox.tv.
Thank you.
And enter the room code UILF. Give yourself a silly little name.
Okay.
But not so silly that we don't know who you are. Make it silly but recognizable.
We've had Christmas meals where people gave their furry names, didn't respond to their furry names.
Yes.
Then the next year we said, give your real names. They didn't respond to their real names.
No.
Yep.
I'm fairly sure I managed to get at least several people's dessert starters of mains because either they didn't respond or left. I wasn't entirely sure what happened during those Christmas meals. It was very strange.
Furries have too many many names. They have like one persona name, maybe more than one. Then they have their real name, their real life. So, and then there's my legal name, which I totally keep off the record.
Yep.
Yes, TK can totally relate, can't you, TK?
Yes.
Condor,
Many
blah, blah,
names.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's like 3 different furry names, writing name, legal name, pup name. Yeah, there's a few names.
Whereas I've had 3 legal names.
Yeah, but not all at the same time.
Not all at the same time, no.
Anyone
It's
else
so-
wanting to jump into Jackbox?
We have one more hole to fill in the Jackbox lineup before the audience opens up. Oh, there we go. Chatty Hog is in.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so if you didn't make it into this round, you can indeed join the audience. And with that, it is time to start the game.
Dun, 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 dun,
One.
dun,
Go.
dun, 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 bum, bum.
And now, Quiplash 3.
I'm not hearing
The
nothing,
End
by
of
the way.
Innocence.
You won't, sadly.
No.
I'm
we-
Schmitty, the
we
host
figured
and
that out.
That's why we have
proprietor of this
subtitles.
game, so please
Oh,
treat it
very
with
smart.
respect. If you didn't make it in, get yourself into the audience. Enter the room code and vote, vote, vote.
Yes, you can still join the
This
audience
is
if you wish to
round
play.
1. 2 prompts will show up on your device. Answer them however the mood strikes. You'll go head-to-head against someone else's clever answer, and everybody else will decide which one they like better. You'll rake in the points based on the percentage of people who dig your response. Got it? Great.
Okay, so here we go.
And now it's the bit where everyone goes very quiet while we all try and decide something to write.
Look at the appropriate question here, huh?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how things go because I think the first game is can you get your answer in before TK does. That's usually the fun game. Because TK does not believe in word limits.
Character limits,
He
my
believes
darling.
in he believes in word targets. Character targets.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Ah, we have one in already. Haha.
I thought I entered it, but evidently not. Yeah, let me try again.
Hey,
Oh, haha. I think I got this wrong. I'm supposed to give 2 different answers.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 different questions.
Well, they are different. A little different. I was wondering, why didn't it
Did it
register
make
my
sense?
answer?
If they're in context, it's fine.
I'll know better next time.
It'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen? Right. The
Won't
jury
make fun of
and
me.
British Rat still yet to get their answers in. I'll rephrase that. British Rat still yet to get his answer in. and everyone's in.
Hey, everyone's
I'll
in.
just shut up.
Let's take a peek, shall we? Starting off, the leading cause of goosebumps, probably.
So, the leading cause of goosebumps probably is
Okay,
R.L.
time
Stein,
to choose.
smart ass, or a goose sneaks up behind you and honks. Honk. Those are both very good answers.
Here's a little trivia question. Does anyone know the name of the muscles that give you goosebumps in your skin?
No. And it's the goose. No, it's not. It's a 50-50 split.
Let's keep
They're
it going.
called hair
The
erector
secret
muscles.
thing cats do when we're not looking.
Justin, your question.
Okay, the secret thing
All right,
cats
vote for the
do
one
when they're
you
not
like best.
looking. Break shit or plot against humans.
How do you vote
Actually,
for
I
both
think that's
answers?
both. Yes.
No, neither of those are secret. Let's be honest.
Well, one of them is easier to hide.
You clearly have not met many cats.
And
no,
Toss
right.
Against Humans wins it.
And here we have name the sequel to Cats. Cats 2 blank.
Ed, your question.
Okay, so name the sequel
And
to
now,
Cats.
pick your favorite.
Cats 2. Furries made this one, so it's better. Or Cats 2, Return of the Heaviside Layer.
Oh, good grief, a Star Wars reference. Oh dear.
A Star Wars reference and a Cats reference.
Yes.
I knew that would be Southington's. And it's another 50-50 split.
Wow.
Without further ado,
People are
the
voting
worst
very
thing to
quickly.
use as a straw. Now it's time to vote for your
All right, Xavier,
favorite.
your question.
Oh god,
What?
they're both good. They're both really good.
The worst thing to use as a straw: a hollowed out bad dragon toy or a stick of dynamite.
I'm not sure which one sucks worse.
Oh,
Well, the good news is the dynamite won't blow up if you use it as a straw.
depends how hard you suck.
And the dynamite is going to win. Yes, dynamite
And
wins.
we've got an audience member.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But voting
Okay,
is very
what's
quick.
next?
If I don't vote
The
instantly,
next
everyone
big
else gets in
romance
before I
novel,
do.
For the love of blank.
Right, Gomez, your question if you want it.
Here's the fun part. Pick your favorite quip.
Or not.
Someone else read it.
Oh, then, you voted.
Okay, the next big romance novel, for the love of catfishing or for the love of tail bursting?
I don't want to know what that second one is.
Blow up tails?
The audience is going to swing it to catfishing.
Obviously, none of you are in the transformation side of the toy fandom.
And next is
Not that much.
what's something you should never do while wearing sandals? Okay, everybody.
Come on,
pick your
guys.
favorite
Right,
quip.
what's something you should never do while wearing sandals? The answer is wear sandals. Come on.
Shovel snow or treading the three-pin plug made from Lego. I
Trouble is,
recognise
I
that
know-
callback.
I know people who will shovel snow with no footwear. So
Once upon a time, you used to actually live in sandals.
Moving right along. What should have happened at the end of Titanic?
Right, who wants to read this one?
Go on then.
Now it gets
What
real.
should have happened
Pick
at
your
the end of
favorite.
Titanic? It shouldn't have sank, or Jack took that lady person down with him. That you say that in a son. Jack should have taken that lady person down with him. That's a southern accent.
So how was she given the story in the future?
don't.
That was a TK couldn't remember her
All
name
right, check this
answer.
out. In the dystopian future, all clothing will be made from blank. Time to pick the one you like
I think we know
best.
whose answer to the plastic is human
Yeah.
one.
Yep. So, in the dystopian future, all clothing will be made from plotting against humans or motor oil.
Actually,
Strangely-
there's an ad in this. There's an ad in the subway right now with this woman. Half of her is wearing cotton because it's all natural, or wool, and the other half is there just like oil poured all over her because those clothes, those artificial things, are made from petroleum. So
You
only wear
survived
natural
round
fibers.
one, but can you survive the scoreboard?
I'm in common and pool today. Right, scores. When can you miss them? Cornhusky's in the lead. I am not.
I'm in the magic middle.
Okay, round two is knocking
two.
on the door. Prompts are a little more
More points are
challenging,
doubled.
so the points
Just
are
like
double.
Jeopardy.
Yep.
And
And with-
remember, it's two separate questions for two separate answers.
This is the round typically where everything changes. The sounds of thought being pounded against the table from TK. Okay, the prompts are harder this time. No one's in yet.
Yeah.
Oh, first one in. South in. Second in.
That was me.
I look at two different screens, so it's very hard to keep track. Another two gone.
I'm just doing a spell check. I have my answer. My answer is locked in. I'm just doing a spell check.
Are there points for neatness too?
Spelling and punctuation kind of helps.
Yes.
And oh no,
we go.
tradition. TK's the last one in.
Let's
there
make
we
some
go.
noise.
Google is being slow.
At the front of the line is... What sign was left off of the zodiac?
So, what sign was left off of the zodiac? The brave little
Winner.
toaster or the skunk?
Both of them are rather very nice callback to a brilliant story, and clearly a furry answer.
So is the brave little toaster.
Yeah, true.
And it's a 50-50 split.
Damn. So fast.
Next up,
So fast,
Like
Xavier.
an
Hell gag,
awesome
turn
side
to
effect
vote.
of climate change, hopefully.
Charleston.
Okay, an awesome side effect of climate change,
Decisions.
hopefully.
Choose your favorite.
No snow rather, or gullibility.
I can live
It
with
snowed
that.
today, briefly.
Yeah, brief.
Yes, for about 30 minutes.
We had a flake.
Yes.
I'm surprised nobody said Blizzard Beach.
Oh yeah, Disney theme. What a theme park! Yes. Yeah. Well, we had some snow last night, but sort of blink and you'll miss it. That was that kind of snow.
And it's going to be a 50-50 split with the
50-50
audience.
With the audience, yes.
1,000 points
Let's
apiece.
see how they handle.
Hedge, yours.
The only thing preventing this
second.
player from being a
Okay.
globe-trotting
How do I get
secret
rid of this
agent.
now?
So the only thing preventing Dejiri
All
from
right,
being
choose
a
your favorite.
globe-trotting secret agent. The pup gear he refuses to take off. Or too hot at the equator.
I feel both of these answers tie into each other, to be fair.
You
This
don't
is
have to-
him. This is him rushing across the ground, going, "You can't arrest me. I'm a spy."
That's how that
And
works.
Now,
Yeah.
the street name for chewable vitamin C.
Right, Xavier.
Okay, so the street
All right,
name
people, it's
for
voting
chewable
time.
vitamin C. Chewies or citrus poppers?
Vitamin C? Where'd you learn English? In
That's what
England.
we call
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
In Britain, we call it vitamins.
Vitamin.
It's you weird Americans that call them vitamins.
We say vitality, but we say vitamin. Go figure.
Yeah, what about
Next.
that?
Yeah, but you have
You
vitals.
should never sign a
No,
document
you have
that
vitals.
includes the phrase.
And in hospital.
There you go.
Right, who wants
you
this one?
should,
Choose your favorite.
you should never sign a document that includes the phrase and no takesies backsies or refer to Section X. So, a document written by a 12-year-old or an actual legal document.
Either way, don't sign it.
Don't sign anything. Don't agree to anything.
It's looking very much like a Quiplash.
Wow.
It's Super Quiplash.
Super whiplash!
Right,
Well done to Jackie
And
Holly.
there's no takey's backsies on that.
I've never
Next
seen a
one
super
up,
quiplash before. It's a
The
first.
most memorable fortune cookie fortune. You will blank in bed.
Thank you. So,
Now it
the
is
most
your
memorable fortune
pick your
cookie.
favorite.
You will come into a great amount of money in bed, or you will die in bed.
No one said you will find all the crumbs in bed because you're eating cookies.
This is why I do not allow food in my bed.
Fortune cookies are not Chinese. They are American.
Yes, indeed they are.
Yep, and they're very tasty. And Die wins it.
Yay.
Let's see the next one.
Let's
The
hear it for
title
Death.
of This
Yay.
player's
Death.
masterclass series.
Justin.
Okay, the title of
All right,
Southington's
vote for the one you
Masterclass
like
series:
best.
Losing Keys, a Way of Life, or Station Names and their Latin Derivatives.
God damn it, both are good.
So this is King's Cross or Lamarcus Exius.
Oh, it was a safety.
Oh,
My
grip.
God!
Oh.
Oh my God!
Enjoy your half points.
And next,
Oh, that's
Because
hard.
I had no idea what to
goal
put.
on Jeff
Oh, good God.
Bezos' vision board. Time to pick the one you like best.
So the next goal on Jeff Bezos' vision board: Galactic President or change name from Amazon to Siberia.
It can't be any worse than X.
Yeah, brand name changes now at this day and age. Don't dick.
Well, of course, if he changes it to Siberia, instead of going from A to Z, he can now go from A to B.
Round 2 is
What's
through.
this Z
Let's see
business?
how
Again,
things
you
shook
Brits
out.
with your crazy pronunciation.
That's with our words and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Head's in the lead.
Page in the lead.
Mhm.
Charleston second.
Well, as John
Right
Cleese
up
once
to
said,
the
if they'd
flash.
copyrighted the
We're
English
all
language,
Quip
we'd owe
Roads
you guys a lot of
lead.
money.
You'll each get a prompt that needs 3 separate responses. Easy stuff.
Oh god, this one's going to be a toughie.
Okay, I'm in. And there's still Chatty Hog, Tajiri, Grey Muzzle, and British Rat left. Charleston has a look of concentration.
Yeah, I got a weird here.
And now Satisfaction having entered. Chatty Hog versus Grey Muzzle. 24, 23, 22, no pressure.
One day we'll get some of this stuff clipped, and you'll realise how out of context our show
Tick-tock,
gets.
time's almost up.
Right, Hedge. Safety grip if you can't think. Oh, you can't. Ha ha ha.
I mean, this could mean Hedge
Well,
loses
I'm
it.
ready
Oh,
to
there we
go.
go.
That sucks like balls. So
Your 3-step plan for escaping prison that's bound to fail.
Go on, Hedge, read this one.
okay, your 3-step plan for escaping prison that's bound to fail.
Okay,
Find
everybody,
your
pick your
spoon.
favorite quip.
Spoon out prison guards' eyes, end up in jail for even longer. Annoy cop, rattle cage, pretend to be dead. I'm not sure which one would actually sort of fail the hardest. I genuinely don't know. Because either one means you end up in the morgue, which means you're not going anywhere, or one means you're still in your cell, but everybody's going to be sort of like angry at you for ruining the guard.
Oh, it's going to decide it. And
and
they've
it-
gone for Jennifer.
3 things
spoon
you
for you,
shouldn't
TK.
do when you're angry.
So, 3 things you shouldn't do when you're angry is drive, juggle axes or play quiplash, or word slips, punch
All right,
walls,
choose
or
your
explode.
favorite.
Has anybody actually tried juggling axes?
No.
There's
Yeah,
axe throwing, axe throwing places
Yeah, I've been
popping
axe
up
throwing.
everywhere now.
I don't even trust myself with juggling, because even dropping a rubber ball means it could bounce into a cup of coffee.
Oh,
And then
finish
it's
your
like,
coffee
great.
first then.
I've now got soggy balls and no coffee.
Ah, so nearly a quiplash.
I'm leaving that one alone.
3 deep thoughts a sloth
What we say every day
has
to
on an
him.
average day.
Go on, Charleston.
Okay, 3 deep thoughts a sloth has on an average day.
And now it's time
Time
to vote for your favorite.
For bed, or I think I'll move 6 inches. I think I'll stay here all day. Things are too exciting.
And to be honest, sloths are pretty quick in the right circumstances. When you see some,
Yeah,
some
when they're
of the
being
stuff they
chased.
do. Yeah. It's just they don't have a need too much to move when they're
It's because there's nothing on telly, that's why they don't sit around. And it's a 50-50
Oh,
split.
it's a 50-50. Thanks to the audience.
How many people
Like
are in the
anger
audience?
or
Anybody know?
denial, the
Just
3
one.
stages
One
of
in the
grief
audience. There
that
should
got
be
mentioned by
6
Kubler
voters
Ross.
each time.
That was Xavier.
Like anger or denial, the 3 stages of grief that weren't mentioned by Kubler
All right,
Ross.
people, it's
Kubler
voting
Ross.
time.
Secrecy, literature, weird masturbating, crying, fighting, yelling.
They lose points for misspelling.
Right. I've got my vote in. 50-50, the audience is going to take it. Two.
Yay!
Thank you.
British Rat.
Nice.
What's that done to the final score,
this
though?
is it. Show us the
Let's
I
find
final
don't
out.
think it's
score.
changed it that much. Oh, it did! Oh,
My God!
Hey!
Charleston steals it.
Oh,
And with the safety
Congratulations.
grip becoming quick flash as well. What are the odds of that?
No taxis, backsies, Head.
so Jerry went from third at the bottom to second.
Well, that means that somebody didn't sign the document.
TK was last, unfortunately.
That happens.
Eddie knocked down to third. Some
Yeah.
interesting changes. Some interesting.
So we have losing keys, a way of life, and no takesy backsies. Top answers to the game make their own stories.
Yes. That is one of those times when it's like, I need the car. Well, where are the keys?
Con Husky says, I'm next to TK with rankings. Yeah,
Oh.
we don't talk about that.
I'll be right back. Don't start the next game without me.
Okay, no
That's
worries.
good.
If
Right.
you want to grab a drink, now is the perfect time because
I'm going to
we'll
throw...
be having a game after a little bit of questions from Charleston.
Yeah, so I'll throw it back to Charleston. There you go. The camera's all yours. Do a dance. Yeah, because you're the only person who actually can.
Once our guest
Not with
comes
these
back.
in. What I will do, one thing I'll
Finger dance,
mention,
Finger
I
dance.
can't do finger tapping like they can.
Finger dance.
What they will say, which I mentioned earlier, for my handwriting / shaving practice, I've been using a random sentence generator. Some of the sentences have come up are really weird. I've got them in a notebook here, so allow me to read some of them for your amusement.
Go for it.
Let's see. Let's see, where's the start? When the motorist sped in and out of traffic, all she could think about were those in need of a transplant. He is no James Bond. His name is Roger Moore.
Where do you get these prompts from?
Random sentence generator online.
Oh, okay, so is it throwing like contextual things together, or is it just literally picking random words out of thin air?
I think it's throwing random words, but still making coherent sentences. What else have we got here? Some of them make somewhat sense, some of them just don't. Peter found roadkill to be an excellent way to save money on dinner. Wisdom is easily acquired when hiding under the bed with the saucepan on your head.
The jury says, "What's going on?" I stepped away for a bit. Is Charleston reading his diary?
Yeah, random thoughts.
Shower thoughts.
Did I miss anything?
Just some really weird random things I've been writing here because I've been practicing handwriting with a random sentence generator.
Oh well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of other weird stuff. Make up for that.
The tears of a clown made my lipstick run, but my shower cap is still intact.
What?
Shall we move on to some questions then, Justin?
Yes, Dustin.
Yes. Although the tumbleweed refused to tumble, but was more than willing to prance. I'll leave it there. Hopefully that was a little nice filler. So, what questions have I got here to ask?
Ooh. There is a head.
Let me get my questions
Oops,
back.
I should not have done that. There we go. Sorry, a friend of mine occasionally takes over. My evil alter ego.
With the glowing eyes you have met.
Hypno eyes, yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're all under my power. You are all my slaves. Whoop.
Yeah.
There we go. Ah.
Yes, Daddy, tell me what to do.
We
Number
move on
one,
to the
never
question.
call me daddy again.
Yeah.
Go to the bank and withdraw all your money and convert it into bubblegum and send it to me at this address.
Wait, I have money?
Yeah, well, you have bubblegum.
It's like you can have half a bubble gun because that's what I can afford.
I have some I have some ABC gum.
ABC?
Yes,
You have,
ABC.
you have bazooka gum?
No, we don't know.
Oh, well, your loss.
Yes, unfortunately. Bazooka Joe, is he still around?
Oh, I guess so. You don't see much of that anymore.
No. When I was at school, there was one of the guys that I was in class with actually went to America back in the 80s, of course, before the internet, and brought back a stick of bazooka bubble gum, and he gave me one of the pieces. And when you unwrap it, you get a little comic inside the gum. So yeah.
Whoa.
Yes. I remember the Bazooka Joe comic he gave me. I actually remember the entire thing.
Sure.
It's a teen boy and a teen girl talking. It's like, if I fail my exams, I won't be able to get into LCU. It's like, if I fail my exams, I won't be going to get into Yale. Bazooka Joe comes up and goes, "You think you guys have got problems? If I fail my exams, I won't be allowed to play video games."
Oh, they modernized. Whoa.
Yeah.
Up to date. Yeah. Well, you know what the thing is? You can't find like penny candy or nickel candy anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes. So I guess you have to go to the. Do you have like these candy stores there that like proud of the fact that it's all just sugar and cavities? You know, they.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
No
Oh
switch
yeah,
off.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one actually about probably, how far is Taunton from here?
It's like a
About-
15-minute walk for you to the sweet
it's-
shop.
Yeah, it's, what's it called? Marty's?
Marty's
Sweet
Sweet Thoughts. Yeah.
Yes. And it's just one of those where they've got the huge, great jars on the walls, and you basically point at them and go, "Can I have some of those and some of those and some of those?" So, yeah.
It's like, can I have a metric measurement of this and a metric measurement of that? And everyone goes, "What is that in English?"
It used to be, you used to go into a sweet shop and go, "Can I have a quarter of those, a quarter of those, a quarter of those?" And then they'd swish the bag around, stick them in an even bigger bag for you, and you'd walk off with them. So, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an old vaudeville routine where three kids come into a candy store like that and was, I want 25 cents worth of those jelly beans on the top shelf. So a guy climbs up and brings them down and weighs it and stuff. And then he puts it back up and comes back down. And then, what do you want? And kid says, I want 25 cents worth of jelly beans too. So he repeats the whole thing. And then when he's up there, before he takes the thing up, this third kid, "So do you want 25 cents worth of jelly beans?" And no. So he takes it up there, puts it on there, comes back down. "I want 50 cents worth of jelly beans."
Yes.
See, what they don't tell you is that while he's up there, the kids are robbing the place blind behind him.
Oh, somebody's watched Our Day Out.
No, I haven't.
Ah.
Go, Charleston.
Shall I
No,
ask these
quick.
questions now?
Yes,
Yes.
go.
Okay. So firstly, let's just get Dejimi's question out of the way. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Because Dejimi's asked, and I'm curious as well.
Is that for everybody or is that for me?
That is for you.
Okay, one more time then.
Your favorite flavor of ice cream.
What ice cream? I'm sorry, these British.
Your favorite flavor of ice cream. What is
why
it?
didn't you say that? Jeez, I mean, I would say it's between chocolate cookies and cream. There you go. That's my favorite flavor, cookies and
Ooh.
cream.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, that's the easy question out of the way.
That's the
Now let's
hardball
actually get to questions about your book.
Okay.
Whatever. Let's get to the questions that are actually about your book.
Sure.
So
the reason for being
you
here.
take a sort of around the world approach with the first chapter of your book.
Mhm.
So I was wondering if there's a particular reason of that. I mean, my guess was that you were trying to sort of demonstrate a multinationality to the fandom or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I guess so. Let me see. Which book was that? Was it Nation or Planet?
Planet.
Okay, so
The
let me
new one.
take. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. The first chapter. What me furry? It's a furry world, right? That's what you're asking about. Okay. Now, so what do you want to know about chapter 1?
If there was an intent to doing like an around the world approach to that, because that's the only real chapter I found to do that with. So were you sort of doing that as a way of saying we're not just American? Look, here's the globe. We're all around here. Maybe not as much in some places, but we're here.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, any of these chapters I could have written a whole book on. So all these things are just sort of a sampler. But yes, I mean, again, this goes back to the idea that everyone has a bit of furry wired into them, and furries are just people who are more plugged into that, and we're all over the world. So absolutely, people, you can go to furry conventions. Well, I don't know if you want to go to furry convention in Moscow right now, but just about, every country I'm sure has a furry community.
I've got a quick one to interject in on that.
Please, go for it.
When reading, I found Pawsey, who occasionally posts the furry TV in our self. I forgot that name of the channel is now.
Oh yeah. He's in the new book. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, so how do you choose who goes in those sections? It's like, who do you choose who to interview?
Well, I send out a lot of inquiries and I come across things that look interesting. So, a guy who has a furry network and based in not the Philippines, but wherever the country is that the furry news is, Singapore, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's fascinating that this young guy has put this thing together. If something just sounds like out of the ordinary, that's what I try and put in there. Maybe like the most interesting examples or the most impressive examples. So that's kind of my thinking on that. I mean, like I say, I only have time. The book would be 500 pages long if I wanted to have more examples of everything, because there are more of them out there. I interviewed 3 furry authors, and there's got to be several dozen, but also there's time factors involved. Who gets back to me the quickest, who can, who responds to my questions the quickest. And that's also a big factor as well.
Oh, there you go. Justin.
We're sort of leading on from that, coincidentally. Because you talk about furry literature and pop culture, and go into depth into works about things that we know, like, I don't know, Beatrice Potter and Lewis Carroll and all that. We also mentioned some lesser-known authors. I mean, the one I've got here noted is Cotswinkle.
Yes.
So how did you come across all of these people and get to talk to them and have interviews with them?
Well, it's not that easy to track anybody down. William Cotswinkle has been around since the 70s. And he wrote a book called Dr. Rat, which I mentioned in the new book. And I just was always aware of that. And it's not hard to track these people down. They usually have websites, email addresses. And, he was particularly interesting because he's written several books from the viewpoint of the animals. One of the favorite ones beyond Dr. Rat is The Bear Went Over the Mountain. And it is just really funny and bitter and cynical and sarcastic. This bear in the woods finds a manuscript for a piece of fiction that the author put out in the woods because he was afraid his house would burn down. The bear finds it, steals a suit, comes to New York, becomes a literary celebrity, and no one seems to notice he's a bear. And this again is William Cotswinkle. So he, and I think his email address is the same as the bear character's name. So there's definitely an identification with there. He was fascinating. Yeah. He also, I think he wrote the novelization of E.T., so that got him a few bucks, I'm sure. Maybe he even got to meet Spielberg.
That'd be cool.
Nice. My town has a really weird connection to Spielberg, just to say. Depending on how you look at things, my town had the world premiere of Jurassic Park.
Really? Why?
There's an entire movie about it, but to summarize it into a little bit, theatre was closing down. They tried to get some promotion for it. Jurassic Park was about to be released. The theatre owners somehow got in contact with Steven Spielberg via the mayor, and then Steven Spielberg lent his own personal copy and had the world premiere at the same time as the premiere in the local theatre in town, and they moved the clock forward by 5 minutes, so technically Carmarthen had it before the rest of the world.
Oh, famous. That's a reputation that you got to live up to now. You have to have more premieres.
Well, now we have Jurassic Park month in my town, which is odd because everyone puts dinosaurs in their windows. Moving on.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of an opinion-based question here. You got a whole chapter about furry music, and it's very, very much focused on music videos because it's easier to see the furriness. But there are also many furries out there who are into making their own music. One which watches our radio show quite frequently. So what extent do you think there's such thing as a furry music genre? Or do you
Okay.
think it's more of a artistic one?
Okay. So yeah, that's another subject I overlooked. Furry musicians. Totally forgot about furry authors in the first book, so I made sure to have some in the new book. And it never struck me that furry musicians, of which there are a lot. Oh, and I got to write a third book. Oh boy, and I thought it was whew, exhausting. But
You're welcome.
yeah, but no, it's all deserving of attention. I mean, maybe it's because I have this thing about the mainstream. I mean, one of the many reasons I wrote the two books was I wanted to explain us to the mainstream. I went out and I made sure to find mainstream publishers. My agent made sure to find mainstream publishers because I think we should be doing more than talking to ourselves. We should try and explain us to the world at large. And the books are one way of doing that, or the best way of doing that. Although, speaking about books that explain us to the world, hang on one second.
The show and tell
Wrong
continues.
place, it's over here. Here we go. This is a book I picked up recently. It's a fiction book about this girl going to her first furry convention. And it's just, and it's from a mainstream publisher. And it's a first person, and it's written by a furry, obviously, because it's all inside view. It's not somebody faking it. So I'm about a third of the way through it, and definitely, I'm nervous to read more because in the book she just leaves her pack rat hoarder reclusive mother and goes off to this convention without telling her, and she knows at some point she's got to tell her mother and horrible things are going to happen. But I'm hoping that she comes out okay at the end because furry forever.
Yeah. That's another one to add to the list.
Yeah, very. Oh yeah, and I don't know if I ever talked about my rabbit character Harry. He is somebody. Let me see now. It's originally an idea for a TV show, which will never get made now because the attitude in TV animation, it's all animation based. There's no live action anymore. So anyway, no one is in TV shows, so I wrote the origin novel. And so far, no one's interested in the origin novel, but I'm hoping the publisher who put out Furry Faux Paw might be interested. I've submitted the manuscript for The Incredible Hair, and I've been invested in this character since any of you were born. And it really goes way back. And every now and then, every couple of years, I drag it out of the file cabinet and maybe spiff it up a bit. And so after that Furry Faux Paw, I sent the proposal to that publisher, and we'll see what happens. Eventually, I'll self-publish if I cannot find a commercial publisher. But then you have to do all that stuff yourself. And I'm kind of lazy. I would settle for the royalty if somebody else does all the printing and selling and all that stuff. I'm too lazy. Yeah, all the work. I just do the creative part. Yeah, I just collect the money. They do all the work.
There you go. How do you want to be a side gig as my?
Well, I mean, the problem is I've now got to send proposals to all these authors and go, who's doing your audio book?
Yes.
Yeah, they already have somebody working on Furry Planet. Yeah. The first book, they had somebody who, they were just doing it from what they were reading. So, according to this guy, there's an Uncle Cage who started Anthrocon.
Yes.
I mean, how are you going to know if you're not in the scene?
Mm-hmm.
If he had any questions, maybe he should have made a little list, and I would have explained everything to him. But in fact, I didn't even know they did an audio book until someone told me. The publisher never bothered to tell me, "Oh, we're putting out an audio edition."
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah. Well. I'm telling you, I'm not particularly choked up with the promotion the new publisher's doing for the new book. They seem to be very, very lazy. What annoys me about them is their promotion is all based on the furry thing, furry this, furry that. And half the book, as you guys have noticed, is about mainstream anthropomorphism. And they don't mention one word about that in their promotion. So I don't know where they're coming from, And I'll tell you one other complaint about them. They had a book fair out in Brooklyn. So they had a table and all their books were lined up on the table. And Furry Planet's on the end because it's the most expensive one they're selling, which I don't think is a good idea for, furries not a lot of whom have a lot of spending money. But anyway, about halfway down, they had all these other animal-themed books, what you can learn from your cat or stuff like that. And I said, well, why don't you put all the animal books together, so people interested in one thing, they'll see these other animal books as well. And go, oh no, they're arranged by price. And, they're not being promoted by price. They don't have like the price sign in either one. So, what kind of this is how we do it, but that's the kind of company they are. So, yeah, I'm a little less than choked up. Don't tell Apollo Publishers. But
the secret
little
safe
less. Yeah, keep quiet. Just between you and me and the whole internet. Yeah.
Don't worry. No, nobody watches this.
Don't tell the guests that.
Well, I'm hoping that it's the sort of the Streisand effect, where we tell people not to do it and everybody does it. So
exactly.
Yeah. Don't donate to Tiger Tails Radio. That would be terrible. Don't use the link that's in the description to send money to us. That would be awful.
Yes. Don't buy that merchandise we've got. Do not do that at all.
We don't need that money. Stop sending it to us.
Yeah. It's worth a try. All right, Justin, any more?
I do have one little quick question to ask left on my little list here.
Oh, good.
Please.
Yeah, just a little question to round things off. In chapter 2, you casually mention if anyone remembers Flip the Frog in some parentheses, but you never explained who Flip the Frog is. So can you please explain who Flip the Frog is to us?
Flip the Frog was a cartoon character from, I think, back in the 30s or 40s. And one reason no one remembers him is that if you know you're Disney, this guy named, oh my God, I'm blanking out all these names lately. Ub Iwerks.
Yeah.
Ub Iwerks. Yeah, he created Mickey Mouse. He actually designed the character. So he went off to start his own studio. He cashed in his 25% of Disney, and he made a whole bunch of cartoons, which I think Flip the Frog was one of them. But they were, well animated. They were attractive looking, but none of the characters were interesting. And he went bust, and he had to crawl back to Disney, who hired him again. And he worked for Disney the rest of his life, but he no longer owned 25% of what is now a multi-billion-dollar international company. So, if you look around, a lot of his stuff, I think all the cartoons he made, Willy Whopper, a whole bunch of one-shots, I think they're all probably on YouTube because they're all public domain at this point. No one bothered to renew any, copyrights with them.
Yep. In fact, if you look at Steamboat Willie, which is now in the public domain, so it's all over YouTube at the
exactly.
moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he gets front and center because it was mostly his work.
Yeah, well, of course. But back in the late 60s, early 70s, a bunch of underground cartoonists put together a comic called Air Pirates, and they were using the Disney characters in sexual stories, violent stories, and Disney kind of squelched that. But I like to think, though, they were about 50 years ahead of their time. If someone's smart, they'll reprint that book and put it out again. Actually, you guys ever hear Tijuana Bibles? Okay,
No.
these were these were back, I guess, in the 20s, 30s, 40s. They were these little pamphlet-sized things featuring movie stars, celebrities. I think they, for Blondie, the comic strip character, and these would all be these characters doing stuff they never did in their commercial lives. And several of them are about the Disney characters. So Disney cartoon animal porn, furry porn, is not anything new. It goes back to close to a century. And there's one where Donald is looking for, I guess a prostitute. He can't find any, so he finally has sex with a guy, with a fairy, who I think is Gladstone Gander, if I remember. And he finally settles for that just so he can get his rocks off in one way or another. So and this stuff can be found out there. Just Google, you'll come up with that stuff really quickly.
There you go. We had Rule 34 before the internet even was around.
Oh,
absolutely. Yeah, Tijuana Bibles, they're called. Definitely worth a little research.
I mean, heck, the funny thing about that is when, going back to humans for a bit, is when in Victorian times, the Victorians were, we are the new version of the Romans. We're extremely stoic, extremely hardworking and everything. When somebody found Pompeii and went, have you seen all the porn in here?
No sex, please. We're British.
Yeah, they went,
Yeah.
do not show that to anyone. Absolutely not. And it was like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
you're always saying people are obsessed with sex in 21st century. Look at frickin' Pompeii.
Oh, you can find anything, anytime where people were indulging their naughty sides.
Of course they
Absolutely.
were, yes. It's like man's first thing was to create the wheel. The second was to go, oh, I can put my dick through the hole.
I will remember that. Even though I don't want to, I will remember that.
And this is why we don't let Hedgie on the show.
In all fairness, he makes a much better talk show host than I do. You can see I'm never going to replace Jonathan Voss any day soon.
That's okay. On that note, thanks, Hedge. Shall we have our second game of Quiplash?
Okay.
Yes, I think we shall.
I think we probably should. Yes. The phrase I think is called "moving swiftly on." So, and our room code is GCCB.
Oh, Charlie.
No, everyone's in.
Sounds like it should be a TV channel.
Next up on Great Cooking Comeback. I don't know. Oh no, it's Great Comedy Callbacks. Of course it is.
Oh, that was good.
Right, so we have a me, we have Tajiri, we have Cornhusky, Southington, Grey Muzzle. Squid! Squid has arrived. And a British rat. Who is going to come and fill the last hole? Tajiri says Quiplash 2, The Revenge. Or Quiplash 3, The Second. Just true.
Quiplash 3, 2.
Yeah. And Chatty Hog has made it in.
Woo!
Right, so if you didn't make it into this one, you know the drill. You can join the audience. Golf, Charlie, Bravo. Or we could let Schmitty read it.
Enter the room code GCCB.
Because he's nice like that. But we are going to start the game.
Yay. Here we go.
Wait, what? We're live?
I missed that announcer's voice.
Welcome to Quiplash 3. My mother, the Quip. I'm Schmitty, and I'm trying to figure out which one of you will snort laugh. It's the prequel to round 2, round 1. Points are scored based on the percentage of people who choose your response. Let's quip.
And it's question time again.
Everyone goes quiet as they try to think how to write.
Oh, I'm not going to put that answer down.
No, put it down.
Okay, I am going to put it down. Everyone could get me in a lot of trouble.
That's fine.
Okay, here we go.
If it's too horrible, I can censor it. But I've not had to do that for anyone yet.
That censors everything.
It does, yes. It is a very much a...
Second. Which did it? Oh, good God, again. Oh, shit.
Right, so we've got Squid, Cornhusky, and British Rat left to jump in. Before we do the lad, turn down a smidge. $15 seconds.
Time's running out.
No pressure, Charleston. Okay, 9 seconds. Now there's pressure.
What do you say, shall we?
That was a panic answer at the end.
Yes.
How about we start with the last person you take financial advice from?
So, the last person you take financial advice from is Hedgie or Gerald
Make your
Ratner.
vote count.
Okay, these are British guys, right? Somebody explain.
Hedgie, you've been talking to him for the past
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Okay. And who's Gerald Ratner? Is that somebody else here?
I have no idea.
Gerald Ratner's the guy that went, how do you sell jewellery so cheap? And he went, because it's crap. And everyone went, oh, we're not buying from Rattlers anymore.
I think Hedgie is going to win this. Yep,
I
with
got
the
a
super
quick
quiplash.
by myself.
You've played the field, Hedge. Well done.
Yes.
Next on the docket,
You don't get the points though.
casinos
Yeah.
hate it when you walk up to the blackjack table and yell blank.
Justin.
Okay. Ooh,
Here's the fun part.
hold on.
Pick your favorite quip.
Casinos hate it when you walk up to the blackjack table and yell, "Here we go again! Another win here and there!" Or "Hit me, baby, one more time!"
Yeah, but you've got to do it in the song voice. Because it's a song
Actually,
lyric.
officially, they hate
Well,
it
it's
when you go winner winner chicken dinner because everybody frickin' does that.
Oh, hit me baby one more time. It's looking quiplashy. It is.
Super.
We went from Hedgie to Britney.
Your quiplash has been nullified, Hedge.
Without further ado,
Oh.
if you lived in the early 1500s, what would you nail to the door of a church?
Hedge, I think it's your question.
If you lived in the early
Decisions.
1500s, what
Choose your
would
favourite.
you nail to the door of a church? Future vicars are gay, get over it, or Jesus Christ?
He's used to getting nailed into things, you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a very sick. If you're a Christian, you'd be definitely offended. You see crucifix, Jesus crucified, and it says INRI. Have you heard what that stands for?
No.
Okay, I'm nailed right in.
Oh. So
Let's see
future
how they
vicars are
handle
gay,
it.
got it with
The
60%.
best
Two
way to
people
set
didn't
the
vote.
mood is to
Toss it.
turn down the lights.
I've just
and
heard of the
turn
old
up
joke.
the blank.
Jesus walks into a bar, handed the barman 3 no's and says, "Can you put me up for the night?"
Now pick your favorite.
Who's reading this one?
The best way to set the mood is to turn down the lights and turn up the pheromone spray intensity or the vibrator speed.
Remember, it's never a dildo.
Except one was. The best way to set the mood is to turn down the lights and turn up the pheromone spray intensity or the vibrator speed.
Ooh.
Pheromone spray intensity is in the lead, and it just wins.
4-3.
Sorry, Squid. I got some points once.
Okay, what's next? The most convenient piece of furniture is a couch that turns into blank.
Who wants this one?
Oh, okay, I'll
Here's
read
the
it.
fun part.
Another
Pick
more
your
comfortable
favorite
couch or a furry den.
So,
What was the question?
That's my announcer voice.
Okay, so this is for the convenient piece of furniture, the couch that can turn into that whatever.
yeah.
Yes.
One's gonna win. People are thinking about it. We have a furry den.
Ooh.
A furry den wins it.
That was my panic answer.
Well done.
Next up, a good name for the opposite
Oh,
of a
God.
silent
Oh, wow.
deadly fart.
So a good name for the opposite of a silent but deadly fart is the Fartimus Maximus.
Okay,
Oh, the
everybody,
Jesus
pick your
Christ.
favorite quip.
Hold my finger. Fartimus Maximus! Coming soon to Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my god. Well, that show stinks. Oh my
Is
god.
it gonna be? Is it gonna be? Yes, it is.
It is, and we've had 3 super quiplashes. My
All
god.
in round 1.
Yes!
You'll be
And
treated
here
here,
we
Comus.
have
You've never seen them before, so
A
here you
bumper
go.
sticker
Have all of them.
Goose would put on
Yeah.
his car.
Go on, Justin.
A bumper
Now it's
sticker
time
a
to
goose
vote
would
for
put
your
on its
favorite.
car. I know why you are honking, or honk if you like honking. I think there's a theme here.
I think it should be yonk yonk, am driving. Or yonk yonk, how am I driving?
How's my driving? Dal honk 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 honk.
Yonk yonk, am Porter Bridges.
And honk if you like honking has won it with 71% of the vote. The jury says this is definitely a revenge quiplash.
Next one up, an unlikely spokesperson for vaping.
Oh,
Whose turn is it now?
Okay, choose your
I don't
favorite.
know.
An unlikely spokesperson for vaping, Smokey the Bear, or a cartoon cigarette. It's an unlikely person, guys.
Only you can prevent Lung cancer.
And Smokey the Bear is going to win it with a regular Quiplash. Because Xavier didn't vote.
Wow. 4 quick flashes in round 1. Good
Yeah,
I
grief.
took a locket of round 1's hair.
You're doing
Yeah,
really
what's
well.
going to do the
Let's look at the
score?
score.
Let's see.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
second place.
The jury's in first.
I'm in second place from the bottom.
Welcome to round 2.
It's usually my
You
place.
make
You've stolen
but
it.
Get ready. The points are doubled, and the
Round
pressure is on.
I'm sure you can take it back.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can keep it. I'm not complaining.
Well, the points are available, so this is the time you want your crit flashes. Prompts are hard again. Only one in so far. Everyone else thinking. Oh wow, we're actually at 35 seconds and everyone else is still in.
I know,
Okay.
right?
This is a bit alarming. All right, one more in. I'm actually going to have to say this for second round. Safety quips are a thing, guys. Oh, no, here we go.
Yeah, you know what you're saying about me using the word limit
You're
as
almost out
a
of time.
target?
Don't forget your safety quips.
You, I expect it. Everybody else is normally in
Quick,
before
Jerry.
you.
Well done.
Jerry,
everyone's in.
yay, everyone's in.
Okay, here's where the fun starts. Let's set it off with... What review fits both a summer blockbuster movie and your last date?
So, what review fits both a summer blockbuster movie and your last date?
Okay,
Countdown to
ours,
disaster,
someone with points.
or a romantic plot that ends in disappointment?
Well, there was more of a title.
I think Countdown to Disaster is a movie.
It could also be a review, I suppose.
Yeah.
You've never seen The Smurfs?
No.
Suppose it could be the title of the review.
I actually thought it said which title and put a title instead of a review.
Ah.
I could have put a countdown to disaster, added an A, it would have
Serious
fit.
question. Who's a good boy? Who's
Oh.
a good boy?
I can't read this question.
Serious question. Who's a good boy?
Now it gets
Who's a good
real.
boy?
Pick your favorite.
Oh, I can't vote for either of these. They all suck.
TK.
Only for us nicely.
TK?
Yeah.
Do you feel called out yet, TK?
I feel like I'm a good boy.
Actually, it says who's a good boy, who is, not who are.
And Corn Husky wins it with Popcorn and Stomp Up. Not that you're biased in any way, shape, or form whatsoever.
Well, technically,
Alright,
Tiki's
check
the
this
tiger.
That's true.
The weirdest
still a good boy, though.
compliment your doctor could give during a colonoscopy.
Who wants to tackle that one?
The
Time to
weirdest
pick the one you
compliment
like
your
best.
doctor could give during a colonoscopy. You've renovated in here, haven't you? Or what an arsehole.
I love what you've done with the place.
Hey.
Oh my god, it's so roomy!
Yes.
It feels so much bigger.
That window really brings the light in.
Oh my god.
And you've renovated the haven't you? Wins it.
Yeah.
Well done, Justin.
Thank you.
I
And
see you got rid of all
next
this
is
junk. Yeah.
The big audience participation action in late night screenings of The Wizard of Oz.
Go on, Hedge.
The big audience
Decisions,
participation
decisions. Choose your
action in
favourite.
late night screenings of The Wizard of Oz. Singing songs from The Wiz over the top of it, or wearing flying monkey suits.
No, not the flying monkeys.
I thought it would have been clicking your heels every time Dorothy appears on screen.
Oh no, because she clicked the hills when she wanted to go home. You're supposed to be there enjoying the film.
Yeah, everyone's got to click their heels when they're going away then. When the credits are rolling.
I had nothing for that one.
And now,
The only thing you know about the Wizard of Oz
what's
is the
scary
musical
conspiracy
version.
uncle talking about this year?
Much better.
Wizard of Oz is a musical though.
All right, people, it's
Yeah,
voting
but the Wizard's
time.
better.
Who's reading this one?
Go on, Charleston.
I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
I'll
well.
do next.
Okay, what's the scary conspiracy theory Uncle talking about this year? How Donald Trump created the flat earth, or meat is not really meat?
I'm going to vote for the not rule 6 answer.
Next question then, TK.
And how the flat earth was created by Mr. Rule 6 Breaker.
Moving right along.
Moving right
If
along,
this player
if
had a
British Rat
catchphrase,
had a catchphrase,
it
it would be ellipsis. It would be ellipsis. Oh, okay.
All right, vote for the one you like best.
So, it would be... Moving on, that was my panic response. Yeah, that one. Justin, here comes your catchphrase. Are you ready for it?
Being harsh today.
It's time for the panic response.
That's not a catchphrase.
It's your new catchphrase
Moving
from now
on
on.
is a catchphrase.
Let's keep it going.
Well, that's my panic
Something
response.
you might overhear
There
in
we
the
go.
Batcave.
Something you might overhear in the Batcave. Mr. Wayne, this is
All
cool,
right,
but the
choose your
bat shit
favorite.
stinks. Or, no, Robin, that bat computer does not do that. Whatever that is, we'll leave to the imagination.
If it's Adam West, it's no, Robin. That computer does not do that.
Oh dear.
Of course, with Adam West, every time everything gets scarier, every voice goes more wavery. Commissioner Gordon, we need to arrest the Riddler as soon as possible.
Yeah, I got 2 points. No, Robin, the back computer does not do that.
No,
71%.
Robin, that computer does
Let's
not.
see the next one. Name of a new
Set
TikTok
Hedgie off,
dance
okay.
that kids are
Yep.
wild about.
Go on, Hedgie West.
Okay.
Name of
choose
a
your
new
favorite.
TikTok dance the kids are wild about. Twerking for your grandparents or the Savile.
It's nice to know that none of you are on TikTok. I'm so happy.
Oh, come on. Tracking for your grandparents. The Savile was a good answer, Squid.
Round 2 is no more, but how
I'm
did
sorry,
you
I thought we
score?
weren't allowed to do
I'm
Rule
sorry,
6.
that was not intended.
It's not Rule 6. It's Operation Nutrient. We've quoted that many times in this game.
Oh, I haven't moved! I'm still in second place.
I've gone up to third somehow.
Get ready for
Oh, time to lose it.
Whiplash. Final round.
Third
Stakes to the
round.
gills with points.
Whiplash.
You each receive a prompt that requires
Whiplash.
3 separate responses.
Yes.
Got all that?
Half
Good.
moon.
Quiplash could take it. Quiplash could take it.
Right.
And so everyone goes silent as they are now thinking because the prompt is just.
Oh,
gotten
this is a
different.
hard one.
That's one of my answers.
I'm sensing the lead might change dramatically. And one is in.
See, I've got questions about my question. It needs more context.
Create context with your answer. Alright, we've got 4 left, 30 odd seconds. You got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Squid says it's not political. I thought it might be pushing boundaries, though. I wouldn't get worried too much about pushing boundaries. We've had Madeleine McCann jokes in this game before, so
Yes.
you've got to really be pushing if you're going to push. Just no Rule 6.
time's running
I
out.
will point out that our quicklashes compared to my other friends'
Hey,
our quicklashes
Phew.
are risque. Other friends' quicklashes are tame.
Quickly, Squid.
I'm regretting what I've done now.
oh no!
2,
Oh.
1.
No turning back
In
now.
just.
Woo. Woo.
Yes, right on the edge.
3 weird things for a bodybuilder to yell as they do some heavy squats.
So we've got 3 weird things for a bodybuilder to do as they do some heavy squats. By the power of Grayskull! Up, up, and away.
Time to pick the
Or,
one you like
ooh,
best.
it's 30.
What
Or
does that mean?
pasta, eggs, and harder, daddy.
Ooh, it's so G. I feel character limit got in the way there.
Well, you get 30 characters for these. And
Yes,
by the power of
yeah.
Grayskull is a lot longer.
It is indeed.
Squid said bugger. I guess he didn't get in after all then.
Oh,
I think Squid may be having internet issues, so it's probably who's in voting.
ah,
I can't vote here. It keeps going to the tiny screen.
And by the power of Grayskull and the others went.
3 things you always
Oh, bugger, you
forget
meant to
when
put
you
this in
leave the
girthy.
house.
good.
Girthy?
3 things you always forget when you leave the house. Leave the
Now
light
it
on,
gets
the wallet,
real.
the
Pick
shopping
your
list.
favorite.
So that's a shopping trip. My mobile phone, my Wally,
Wallet.
my clothes.
Wally.
If you're forgetting your clothes,
Yes.
that's not being forgetful.
Like-
That's dementia.
Oh, it's awfully chilly out here.
We
Why
don't
is
think it's
everybody looking at
ridiculous.
me?
It's like, I'm wearing my scarf. Why is it cold?
Oh, I've got the wrong shoes on. And mobile phone, wallet, and clothes.
Oh, it's yes. Yay!
Hooray for me.
What is the world's saddest 3
Oh.
words?
Can I read this one, please?
Yes, you can.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. What is the world's saddest 3-word story? Here's
Here's the fun part. Pick your favorite
actually
clip.
sucks. Or, Ayo, kids' toys.
So
Kids'
somebody
shoes.
explain what that first word with all the L's. 2 at the beginning and 2 at the end. That's not
Clan
an
Vipoth
L.
Gwingis Go Gareth and Drop Off Planticilio Go Go Go. Or Clan
I'm
Vipoth.
sorry. Did you say Clan Vipoth Gwyngyth go Gareth and
God.
Drobos Plantilio go go
It's,
go?
it's the name of a Welsh town. There we
Oh,
go.
And it's
okay.
stupidly
Okay.
long.
Thank you for that.
It is ridiculously long.
It is
Yeah.
indeed.
I see.
Yes, you cannot fit it into 30 characters. Which
Yeah.
is why I use the ellipses.
TK,
Ah,
however,
what is-
referencing an actual answer to the question.
Yes.
The 3 most common injuries suffered by
The
Santa
3
Claus.
most common injuries suffered by Santa Claus: chimney rash, reindeer hoof to the face. I won't ask how that happened. Signed
All right,
buttocks.
people, it's voting
Or
time.
altitude sickness, broken leg from falling off roof. They made a movie about that, and reindeer bites. So pick your poison.
Broken leg from falling off roof.
I sense a character limit.
Either someone suddenly turned into a dog.
Oh, I like that movie. One of my first transformation favorites.
No, Tim Allen. And Chatty Hog wins it with Chimney Rash, Raider Hoof to the face, and signed buttocks.
It was supposed to be singed buttocks.
Great
Yes.
job.
Well, no, I
Now
like
let's
signed
see what
buttocks
that did
better,
with the
actually.
Final
Signed buttocks.
scores.
There's an unusual thing for him to have. The jury says, I'm glad people like my character limit falling off roof.
Hey, I won this one.
Chatty Hog has won! It is really Quiplash to revenge. The jury was right.
Yes, I was like, ah!
Steal my first place, would you? I'll steal it back.
Shakes fist.
So,
So,
top answers of the game.
Hedgie.
Hedgie. Hit me baby one more time. Vartus Maximus.
We've now got a 3-word story.
Smokey the Bear.
The bear. My God.
And it was a good one for TigerTails Radio. We've been going for nearly 20 years, but we couldn't
Oh
quite
my
make it the last few
God.
months. We won't see you next week. Ta-ra, folks.
Yeah, we've peaked with Quiplash. We can never get better than this. Oh my God.
Oh, dear. All right. So, Hedgie's on the main camera. Let's bring it back up to the thing. There we go.
Ooh,
That was fun, wasn't it, boys and girls?
That was hilarious, yeah. Ooh.
Hedgie, do a little dance for us. See, Hedgie will dance, Charleston. Yeah. As Southwell says, and on that bombshell. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. It's always better if you say that with Alan Partridge's voice. And on that bombshell, it's the end of my. Oh,
Jeremy Clarkson, the end of Top Gear. That's what he always said.
Yes. Yeah.
But moving swiftly on, Comus.
Oh yeah,
You've been with us tonight to plug your books.
Hello.
So,
Yes, about my books. Yes.
How can people find you on the internet if they want to get in touch?
Well, they can just best way to get me is I guess email joestrike@gmail.com. That's pretty easy to remember. Spelled like spelled like this, okay? But one word. Let's get that right in there, okay?
Or one word. So I can't do
Joe and Strike together. One word. joestrike@gmail.com.
Okay.
And then we could talk about other stuff. The site for there's also furrynation.com. You can contact me through that, but really the Gmail's the best way.
Easy. Is that new on any socials or anything, or is it just the Furry Nation website?
No, it's pretty much the Furry Nation website. I mean, I've got like a Facebook page I never use, and I put a lot of stuff on Instagram, but there's too much furry media out there. I'm going to say there's too much internet media, too much social media, and you need a whole social media department, like all these different message boards and stuff. As a one-person guy, I just look at the porn and leave it at that. No, that's not true. That's not true. I just made that up.
I wish I could say the same. Xavier, how can people find you on the internet if they so wish?
Generally, you'll find me on TigerTails Radio on Mondays at 8:30, or TigerTails Gaming, which is back. So that will be Wednesdays or on the weekends with just me or me and TK, depending on how things are going. You can find us at TigerTails Radio, TigerTails Gaming. We are on Facebook under TigerTails Entertainment, TigerTails Radio. We are also on Twitter, which is Team TigerTails and TigerTails Radio. Everything else, TK hasn't sorted out.
Yeah, no, that's not true. We've got TigerTails Radio on Blue Sky.
Yes.
I haven't sorted out Mastodon yet, and that's going to be a little while. The jury says, you'll find Xavier hiding behind his mic.
Yes, I am currently hiding behind the pop guard.
Yes. So you can't see the fat blunt he's got there.
Hey, you got to share, okay?
Hedgie, how can people find you on the internet?
I don't really have much social media. I have Facebook. That's just Hedge Hayden. That's where I am.
Anti-social media.
I'm basically on Telegram. You can find me on that in the TigerTails Radio server if you need to chat to me that way. And also, I'm on the Discord here most of the time. Discord's mostly always running when I'm around.
Yep.
So it's there. Also, I may have to stand up.
Dun dun dun.
So it's they said, can Hedgie floss? I said yes. So they've asked for proof required. So
who says that?
In the main
Squid.
channel.
I see it. Squid said it.
So I've got to try and stand up here, and I don't think I can.
Hope you're wearing pants.
Oh, of course I am.
Yeah, it's
always doing that.
Too late the day for Naked Hedgeosaurus. The jury's going floss, floss, floss. And
all right, so
Hedge has gone to find a little bit of string he could rub between his teeth.
There we go. I'm having to move my camera to
See,
here.
look, he does have legs.
I do indeed.
And they're gone.
So,
right.
I've got a.
Cornhuskey saw the belt and went, there's the string.
Yes. So, I'm going to have to floss for people. So they want to see me do this. So, there we go. There you go. I can floss pretty well. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Aren't you glad he's got a 15 frames per second webcam?
Yeah, that's a grey muscle flailing for you. There we go.
All right. Screw it.
Oh,
Tend me into it.
Justin's doing it.
No.
The
I've got room
has
at
been
least.
thrown.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. So, flossing is not my usual dance style, but so let me just get into the rhythm of it. So let me see it.
Got that hip action on the go.
Yeah. Yay!
Faster, 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 faster. it's like top job introducing on this show. Just went to another level.
Hell yeah.
We're not sure what that level is, but we've gone there.
Okay,
Tiger
take that at
Tails-
twice speed.
TigerTails Radio does just dance. Yeah.
And on that note, I think we end the show.
I think that's
Well,
probably
can
a
I
good
say
idea.
my socials up first, please?
Huh?
I haven't said my socials yet.
Yes, do your socials.
Charleston Rat. Just you can find me pretty much by searching me, Furability or Twitter or /X, whatever the hell they call it these days, or Blue Sky. I'm also Mastodon, although I'd never use it, and I'm also got YouTube, although I only use it sparingly, and that's basically it. Just know that I'm not the black guy.
Oh, really? There's another Charleston now, there is there?
There is somebody who, if you search on YouTube, Charleston Rat, is a black guy. I have no affiliation with him. I don't know who he is. I would like to get in contact with him just to say,
Hey, you stole my name.
who are you, basically? But, I'm white, sorry.
We noticed. It's kind
Hang
of
on.
obvious. The jury says, I thought
Oh.
Charleston socials were going to be told by interpretive dance.
But that's sort of like, that's one, and that's another, and there.
Well, Twitter's a bird.
No, I don't
Blue
know
Sky's
about that.
Blue Sky's become a butterfly. So
Yeah, that was meant to be that, but how do you do butterfly without making it look like a bird?
You kind of have to do.
fold your arms in, surely.
Yeah, you have to put your arms behind here and sort of go like this. So yeah, like that.
Well, no, because you're just like a drunk chicken.
I mean, the only way to really do it would be to cross your arms like this and put them round behind your head and sort of.
And then choke yourself.
Yes, yes.
Do that for about 10
Or-
minutes until you fall asleep.
What you do is you need two people to do it. You need one person to be the bug, this, and then one person to be the wings. So yeah.
Or you could just do the recognized the shadow puppet thing of butterfly and just
Oh,
do
you
that.
mean this? You mean that?
Simple,
yes, the
yeah.
birdie. The birdie.
I
I
know
think
that
it's
goes.
time to say. I think it's time to
Verb.
say good night.
Yes, it
because
is time to
Verb.
say good
people
night.
saying
Before-
good night
let us
in
go.
chat.
You can find me on Mastodon. You can find me on Blue Sky as TK Tiger on both tktiger.chitter.xyz on Mastodon. And on that note, it is a good night from the Hedgington.
Hey,
Good
thank you for
night,
letting me be part of the
everybody.
fun, guys. Hope
Yep.
to do it again.
Yes, come on down whenever you're ready. And there is a good night from the Xavier.
Well, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
And from Justin.
Goodbye. We do this one at a time, by the way, Kumas. Goodbye.
Ooh, boom.
Comus is going. He's going. He's gone. And me.
Can't get rid of me that easy.
I think I went a long time ago, to be fair. But... Right, I'm going to turn that off before I forget, because I'm good at forgetting to do that. Yes, so join us again next week for more fun shenanigans, madness, and other things here on TigerTails Radio, when it will be episode number 10. But
Ooh, moving along.
until
Goodbye,
then,
everybody.
it's night, everybody.
Night.
Night.
Bye. Bye.